Well, hello there, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Tara. So we recently finished everything Arcane related, and I hope you guys kind of got a feel for how I thought about it. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy the second season as much as the first one. I guess like long story, not so long story. I enjoyed it for what it was. I take Arcane as like I try to just watch it and not analyze it as much as I do other shows. You know, especially from like a technical aspect, like a technical point as well with being in that industry and like literally going to school to pick apart these things. I think it's interesting that they opened up the multiverse as like a storyline. I just think that's interesting because like that it literally you could literally go on with it forever, but I know that they're only doing those 2 seasons. That being said, I am someone who gets very nervous about these things whenever they close something off, and I think they did a good job, just kind of ending it. But I get nervous when they decide that they want to continue or do a different story. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing with Cyberpunk, how they announced that there was going to be like a different season, but it's going to be focused on like a different story, different people, different whatever. It's like it's tough to do because if the first season of a show hits that hard, and it literally stands for Cyberpunk and Arcane are literally prime examples. Living up to such hype is hard, in my opinion. You could take a look at Vinland Saga. Oh my goodness, the first season was absolutely fantastic. Personally speaking, I think the second season was a flop. I did not enjoy it nearly as much. I wouldn't say it was terrible, like it wasn't terrible, but it definitely was not my favorite. So it's definitely interesting, and it's gonna be interesting to see how they do this. I'm done rambling. You guys told me to watch Welcome to Noxus Bite Marks because it's somewhat of a teaser, somewhat of like a trailer for League, a lot of things, and I've managed to just completely avoid it. So I did have intentions to react to this, I just didn't really know when. So with that, we are going to watch it right now. Don't forget, I'm live on Twitch throughout the week. All of the socials are everywhere, and to join the Discord. Riot knows what they're doing.
Is where the strong gather. It seeks the fearless and defiant, calling them here to answer one simple question. Are you strong enough? You say you're not afraid to die.
Interesting. So we're gonna watch her take over.
Take off the armor.
And maybe we'll get those answers about the Black Rose that I had so many questions about. The song is really good. I'm more so kind of watching the narrative of the animation. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Can you guys tell me, are these characters in the game? I mean, I know I don't think Mel is, but are these some people that are actually playable in the game? Like, do they exist in the world? Like the pink-haired girl, spider lady, the two dudes that were just fighting. Who is this mystery woman? I don't like her. Why do they want to kill Mel, though? Isn't this, like, her home? Maybe not. Why are they friends now? What? All right, that's actually pretty sick. Are they introducing these people as like playable characters? Again, trailers tend to do justice to shows, and the show doesn't necessarily always live up to the hype. That being said, I am definitely really excited if it does follow this story. Like, who is the pink-haired girl? Another pink-haired girl. And also, why was she smiling at the spider? Why were they fighting to the death and then all of a sudden just happy that the guy's like... Was there a giant tarantula in the corner? I mean, I have questions, and I mean, I'm sure some of you who have actually played the game and like know some of the lore as well, you're lucky ducks, because unless we're all in the dark about all of this. And like, Mel is intriguing, because as you guys know, I wasn't fond of her in the first season. She didn't do it for me. But then the second season, she had a lot of character growth, and I enjoyed it. And now she's magical. At this point, I guess we're just gonna kind of have to wait and see. But this hypes. This definitely gives the hype, I think. I mean, obviously we don't have to talk about the animation. We don't have to talk about any of that because it's literally flawless, just like the TV show was. I feel like also, though, Riot has now set that standard for themselves. So if they were to put out anything that's less than what they created, I feel like they would not hear the end of it from the public. Like, you know what I mean? So this is interesting. I wonder how she's going to be treated, because like this is her home, right? Like this is where her and her mother and her brother were from. And if her mother was like a massive warlord, how are they going to treat her? Especially because, you know, like she's the daughter. And if I'm not mistaken, they were of royal descent. Like they were royalty, were they not? Like, or was she just like a crazy army commander? Sorry. I'm drawing a blank on everything right now. I blame the cold medicine, but let me know your thoughts down below. I'm actually pretty stoked. I am pretty intrigued. But I am very cautiously optimistic, only because I don't want it to just kind of like... It'll be interesting to see if it follows the same, like, quote-unquote story, you know what I mean? Like, obviously all stories have the same formula, but it'll be interesting to see if this one's like different. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jellybean? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I go live on Twitch. All the socials will be linked everywhere. This is just a side note because I kind of want to take like a tally of without like, if you like, how many of you actually think that Jinx is dead and how many of you think that she's not? I need to know for science purposes. And then going back to this, I am kind of happy that they did Mel's story, because if there was anything to be left off of season 2, it was that nobody knew shit about the Black Rose. So hopefully... And then if this follows a completely different story, though, I'm going to kind of be a little upset by it, but we'll just have to wait and see. It is cool. The song was really good. I mean, Honestly, I like the vibe of the island. Like I like the vibe of the land and stuff, and it's I feel like they have a very big opportunity to make this one a lot darker than what um Arcane was, both in terms of story and in artistic direction. So, like cuz like the theme is all like, you know, like shadows and like red and stuff like that, whereas like Arcane they really liked to pinpoint, you know, like Jinx was like that pop of color, Vi was that pop of color, you know what I mean? So it's like they definitely have an opportunity to make this story like, I mean, Arcane was deep too, depending on who you ask, but yeah, I'm done rambling. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. I'll catch you in the next one.